Welcome back to the channel, where we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Today, we're counting down the top 7 most valuable United States Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coins. Although these pennies were made for everyday circulation, a few rare dates, mint marks, and minting errors have become legendary among collectors. Some have sold for thousands of dollars, while the rarest examples have reached well into 6 figures at major auctions. If you have a collection of old pennies or a forgotten coin jar at home, this video could help you discover a hidden treasure worth far more than 1 cent. So let's get started. First up, the 1993 Lincoln Memorial Cent, one of the most common-looking coins in circulation that can sometimes surprise collectors with unexpected value. At first glance, a 1993 penny in fine condition may appear to be worth only 1 cent, but certain examples with rare minting errors, exceptional preservation, or unique varieties have sold for significantly more than face value. In this video, we'll explore the history of this coin, its distinctive features, why collectors search for specific examples, how much rare specimens can sell for at auction, and what you should look for before spending a 1993 Lincoln Cent. History. And the Lincoln Memorial Cent was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the wheat cent reverse with the famous Lincoln Memorial design. The coin continued this design through 2008 and became one of the most recognized coins in American history. The 1993 Lincoln Memorial Cent was produced at the Denver Mint and features the D Mint mark beneath the date on the obverse. During 1993, hundreds of millions of these coins were struck, making ordinary examples very common in circulation. However, despite the large mintage, collectors remain interested in unusual error coins, high-grade examples, and pieces with exceptional eye appeal. The obverse displays the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" across the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1993 with the D Mint mark to the right. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, with "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and the denomination 1 cent. The coin is composed primarily of a zinc core coated with copper, weighing approximately 2.5 grams and measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter. In fine condition, the coin shows moderate wear from circulation, yet most major design elements remain visible. Collectors also examine these coins carefully for doubled dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, repunched mint marks from earlier years, and other mint errors that can dramatically increase value. A normal 1993 Lincoln Memorial Cent in fine condition is not considered rare because millions still exist. However, rarity changes completely when a coin displays an authentic mint error or survives in outstanding mint state condition with brilliant original surfaces. Collectors are constantly searching bankrolls, old coin jars, and estate collections hoping to discover overlooked varieties. Error coins are especially desirable because they are accidental products of the minting process and often exist in very limited numbers. Even though the standard coin is common, a verified error or an unusually well-preserved example can attract strong competition from collectors at auctions. Most 1993 Lincoln Memorial Cents in fine condition are worth only about 1 to 5 cents, making them common circulation coins. Uncirculated examples with attractive original luster typically sell for a few dollars depending on grade. Certified mint state examples graded MS-67 or higher can bring anywhere from around $50 to several $100s, while exceptionally rare top population coins may sell for over $1,000 if demand is strong. Genuine mint error coins, including dramatic off-center strikes, major double dies, or other significant production mistakes, have sold at auction for hundreds and, in some cases, several $1,000s depending on the rarity of the error, overall condition, and collector demand. It is important to remember that there are no verified auction records showing an ordinary 1993 Lincoln Cent in fine condition selling for thousands of dollars without possessing an important error or exceptional certified grade. If you own a 1993 Lincoln Memorial Cent, examine it carefully under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for unusual doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, missing design elements, die cracks, clipped planchets, or other minting abnormalities. Weigh the coin using a precise digital scale to confirm it matches the expected specifications, and avoid cleaning it, as cleaning can significantly reduce collector value. If you believe you have discovered an unusual example, consider submitting it to a professional grading service for authentication and grading before attempting to sell it. Keeping coins in protective holders and storing them in a dry environment will also help preserve their condition and long-term value. The 1993 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent proves that even one of America's most familiar coins deserves a second look. While an ordinary example in fine condition is generally worth only a few cents, rare mint errors, exceptional certified grades, and unique varieties can command impressive prices in today's collector market. That is why experienced numismatists never overlook a penny, they inspect every detail carefully before deciding its true value. You might already have a valuable coin hiding in your pocket change, an old coin jar, or a family collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next discovery about rare and valuable United States coins. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Next up, the 1984 D. United States Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin, a penny that millions of Americans used every day. At first glance, a dirty and circulated 1984 D penny may appear to be worth only 1 cent, but in the world of coin collecting, certain examples can be worth far more. While most heavily circulated coins have only face value, rare mint errors, exceptional preservation, and unusual varieties have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1984 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent, its unique features, why collectors search for specific examples, its current market value, and how you can identify a valuable coin in your own collection. The 1984 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced more than 5.5 billion pennies that year. Like all Lincoln Memorial Cents made after mid-1982, it was struck on a copper-plated zinc planchet weighing approximately 2.5 grams. The obverse features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse displays Frank Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial design. Because of its enormous mintage, the standard 1984 D cent is very common in circulation today. However, collectors continue searching these coins because a small number display valuable die varieties, repunched mint marks, and other mint errors that can command strong premiums. The 1984 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent can be identified by the D mint mark below the date, showing that it was struck at the Denver Mint. It has a diameter of 19 millimeters, weighs about 2.5 grams, and is made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. A normal dirty or circulated coin often shows brown color, worn lettering, scratches, and surface stains from decades of use. Although dirt and wear do not make a coin rare, collectors carefully inspect every 1984 D cent for important varieties such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and other genuine mint errors. It is also important not to confuse common zinc plating bubbles or environmental damage with valuable mint errors, as those usually add little or no value. An ordinary dirty 1984 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent is not considered rare because billions were produced. Nevertheless, collector demand remains high because a small number of Denver minted coins were struck with genuine error varieties. High-grade mint state examples with original red surfaces are also surprisingly difficult to find because the zinc composition is easily damaged and loses its bright color over time. As a result, certified high-grade coins and authenticated error varieties continue to attract strong bidding whenever they appear at major auctions. A typical 1984 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent in dirty circulated condition is generally worth only its face value of 1 cent. Attractive uncirculated examples usually sell for less than $1 to several dollars, while premium mint state coins can bring significantly more. Rare 1984 D double die or repunched mint mark varieties have sold for tens to several $100s depending on the strength of the error and the coin's condition. The finest certified mint state examples without errors have also realized hundreds of dollars because of their exceptional preservation, even though the date itself is common. Truly spectacular auction prices are generally reserved for rare error coins or the highest certified grades. If you own a 1984 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent, examine it carefully under good lighting with a magnifying glass. Look closely at the mint mark, the lettering, Lincoln's portrait, and the reverse design for signs of genuine doubling or other mint-made errors. Weigh the coin to confirm it matches the standard zinc composition and avoid cleaning it. The 1984 D. Lincoln Memorial 1 cent coin proves that even one of the most common American pennies can become an exciting collectible under the right circumstances. While an ordinary dirty circulated example is usually worth only 1 cent, rare error varieties and outstanding mint state survivors can sell for impressive amounts in today's auction market. The key is knowing exactly what to look for and recognizing the difference between normal wear and genuine mint-made rarities. So before you spend another old penny, take a closer look. You might discover a hidden treasure that collectors are willing to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars to own. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing rare coin stories and valuable coin discoveries. Next up, the 1991 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin sitting in your pocket change could actually be worth real money? Most people ignore these common-looking pennies, but collectors know that some coins can become surprisingly valuable under the right circumstances. Today, we're taking a close look at the 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark in circulated condition. We'll explore its history, design, rarity, collector demand, auction records, and what makes a small number of these coins worth far more than their face value. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for before spending your next 1991 penny. The 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent was struck during a period when the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies every year. A coin without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which produced more than 5.1 billion Lincoln cents in 1991. These coins feature Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The coin is made from a zinc core with a thin copper plating, weighs 2.5 grams, and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Because of its enormous mintage, the average circulated example is very common. One of the easiest ways to identify this coin is by looking beneath the date. If there is no D or S mint mark, it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Even in circulated condition, collectors examine every detail carefully. They check the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, the lettering of "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," and the condition of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Although most circulated examples show wear from years of use, collectors also search for unusual die varieties, striking errors, doubled letters, off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. These unusual mint errors are significantly rarer than ordinary coins and can command impressive prices. When it comes to rarity, a normal 1991 no-mint mark penny in circulated condition is not considered rare because billions were produced and many still survive today. However, rarity changes dramatically when a coin has an authenticated mint error, an unusual die variety, or exceptional preservation. Even though the typical circulated coin is common, collectors constantly search through rolls of pennies because valuable errors occasionally appear. This possibility keeps demand alive among both beginners and experienced numismatists. The market value of a circulated 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is usually only 1 cent, although attractive circulated examples may sell for a few cents to $1 depending on condition. Coins with verified mint errors can be worth anywhere from several dollars to several $100s, while major errors may sell for thousands at auction. Perfect, certified mint state examples with original full red color have achieved auction prices exceeding $1,000 because they are extremely difficult to find in flawless condition. These high auction prices apply to exceptional uncirculated coins, not ordinary circulated pieces. If you own a 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark, examine it carefully before spending it. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the lettering, date, and Lincoln Memorial for signs of doubling, unusual die breaks, off-center strikes, or other genuine mint-made errors. Avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning can reduce its collector value. If you believe your coin has a significant error or appears to be in unusually high condition, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional grading service before offering it for sale. In conclusion, the 1991 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin without a mint mark in circulated condition is generally a common coin worth only face value. Nevertheless, the excitement comes from the possibility of discovering a rare mint error or an unusually well-preserved example that could attract strong collector interest and bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. That is why experienced coin hunters never overlook even the most ordinary-looking pennies. The next valuable coin could already be hiding in your pocket change, waiting to be discovered. Next up, the 1959 D Lincoln Memorial 1 cent in excellent condition. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary penny that many people have seen in pocket change. However, some high-grade examples have become highly collectible and have sold for impressive amounts at auction. In this video, we'll explore the history of this famous coin, its unique features, why collectors search for the finest examples, how much it can be worth in today's market, and what you should know before buying or selling one. The 1959 Lincoln Memorial Cent marked a historic turning point in United States coinage. It was the very first year that the reverse design changed from the famous wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial. The redesign celebrated the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and introduced a completely new appearance that would remain on the penny for nearly 50 years. The coin was designed by Frank Gasparo, while Victor David Brenner's portrait of Lincoln remained on the obverse. The Denver Mint produced approximately 1.28 billion examples bearing the D Mint mark, making it a common issue in circulation, although truly exceptional examples are much harder to find. The obverse displays Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," the date 1959, and the small d mint mark below the date indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse features the iconic Lincoln Memorial with the words "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and 1 cent. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighs 3.11 grams, and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Collectors especially value coins that retain their original bright red mint luster, sharp strike, clean surfaces, and strong eye appeal. These characteristics become increasingly important as the grade approaches mint state levels. Although millions of 1959 D cents were struck, most entered circulation and developed wear over the decades. Coins found today in ordinary circulated condition are extremely common. However, coins preserved in outstanding mint state with full original red color are much scarcer. The highest certified examples are considered condition rarities because very few survive with nearly perfect surfaces and exceptional luster. Collectors also search for repunched mint mark varieties and other legitimate mint errors, which can command additional premiums. As more collectors build registry quality sets, competition for the finest certified examples continues to increase. A typical circulated 1959 D Lincoln Memorial Cent is usually worth only its face value or a few cents. An excellent uncirculated example generally sells for around $1 to several dollars, depending on its grade and color designation. Professionally graded mint state red coins can reach hundreds of dollars in the highest grades. The finest known MS-68 red examples have sold for nearly $7,000 at auction, showing just how important condition can be. Special mint errors and rare varieties, such as certain repunched mint marks or other authenticated minting mistakes, may also bring significantly higher prices depending on rarity and collector demand. If you own a 1959 D Lincoln Memorial Cent, inspect it carefully under good lighting. Look for original red color, strong luster, minimal contact marks, and crisp design details. Examine the mint mark and lettering with magnification for possible varieties or errors. Never clean the coin, as cleaning can permanently reduce its value. If your coin appears to be in outstanding condition or shows an unusual mint error, consider having it authenticated and graded by a reputable third-party grading service. Proper storage in a protective holder will also help preserve its condition for future generations. The 1959 D Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is far more than just another penny. It represents the beginning of the Lincoln Memorial series and an important chapter in American numismatic history. While most examples remain common, the highest grade coins and genuine error varieties continue to attract serious collectors and impressive auction prices. If you happen to own a bright, well-preserved 1959 D cent, it could be worth taking a closer look. You never know, an ordinary-looking penny could become a valuable collectible. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos about rare and valuable United States coins. Next up, the 1982 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent coin is one of the most fascinating pennies in United States coin collecting. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin that has spent years in circulation. Many examples appear dark, stained, or rusty because of environmental exposure and aging. However, some 1982 pennies without a mint mark have become highly desirable among collectors due to the unique transition that occurred during this important year in American coinage. While most rusty-looking coins have little value, certain rare varieties, striking errors, and exceptional examples have sold for surprisingly high prices at major auctions. In today's video, we'll explore everything you need to know about the 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, why collectors search for it, how to identify valuable examples, and how much some of these coins have sold for in the marketplace. The story of the 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny begins during a historic period for the United States Mint. Rising copper prices made it increasingly expensive to produce 1-cent coins using the traditional bronze composition. As a result, 1982 became the only year in which the mint produced pennies in both the older copper alloy and the newer copper-plated zinc composition. Coins were also struck with both large date and small date designs at different mint facilities. Because of these multiple combinations, the year 1982 created one of the most studied and collected series in modern American numismatics. A penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place a mint mark on regular circulation cents during that period. One of the most important features of the 1982 Philadelphia penny is determining whether it is the copper version or the zinc version. The easiest method is by checking the weight. A copper example weighs approximately 3.11 grams, while the zinc version weighs about 2.5 grams. Another important feature is identifying whether the coin has the large date or small date design. The shape of the numbers, especially the 2, 8, and 9, helps experts distinguish between the two varieties. Collectors also examine the coin carefully for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, broad strikes, and other mint errors that can dramatically increase value. Although a rusty appearance usually results from environmental damage, some collectors still inspect such coins because valuable varieties can sometimes be discovered despite poor eye appeal. The rarity of a 1982 penny depends far more on its variety and condition than on the date alone. Millions of Philadelphia pennies were produced without a mint mark, making normal circulation examples very common. However, certain combinations, especially high-grade coins with strong original surfaces or unusual mint errors, are much harder to find. The famous transitional errors involving the wrong metal composition are among the rarest modern Lincoln cents and attract tremendous attention whenever one is authenticated. Professional collectors and investors constantly search through old collections, coin jars, estate sales, and bankrolls hoping to uncover overlooked treasures from 1982. This continuing demand keeps interest in the series strong year after year. When discussing market value, it is important to separate ordinary coins from genuinely rare examples. A typical 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark in rusty or environmentally damaged condition is generally worth only 1 cent to a few cents because damage significantly reduces collector value. If the coin is simply discolored or corroded without any rare variety or mint error, it is unlikely to command a premium. However, an attractive uncirculated copper or zinc example with the correct variety may sell for several dollars or even tens of dollars depending on its grade. Certified coins graded in mint state 66, 67, or higher have sold for hundreds of dollars. Rare doubled dies, dramatic mint errors, and authenticated transitional composition errors can bring thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at major auctions, with the rarest known examples achieving extraordinary prices when competitive bidding takes place. Every valuable coin must be authenticated because condition, variety, and originality determine its true market value. If you own a 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, take time to examine it carefully before assuming it is ordinary. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can permanently reduce its value. Use a precise digital scale to determine whether it is copper or zinc. Compare the date style with trusted reference images to identify the correct variety, and inspect the surfaces under magnification for doubling, die cracks, or other striking errors. If your coin appears unusual or is in exceptional condition, consider having it authenticated and graded by a respected third-party grading service. Proper certification can increase buyer confidence and help maximize the coin's value if it proves to be a rare variety. In conclusion, the 1982 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin without a mint mark represents one of the most interesting chapters in modern United States coin history. Although most rusty examples are worth only face value because environmental damage lowers their appeal, the year itself is famous for its multiple varieties, metal compositions, and remarkable mint errors. A careful examination could reveal a coin that is far more valuable than it first appears. Whether you are an experienced collector or someone checking an old jar of pennies at home, understanding the details of the 1982 Lincoln cent could lead to an exciting discovery. Sometimes the difference between an ordinary penny and a coin worth thousands of dollars is hidden in a tiny detail that only a careful collector notices. Next up, the 1959 United States Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin with no mint mark in very bad condition. At first glance, this coin may appear ordinary, but it represents an important chapter in American coin history. While most heavily worn examples are only worth a few cents, certain rare varieties, striking errors, or unusual characteristics have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auction. In this video, we will explore the history of the coin, its unique features, why collectors search for it, and the realistic market values that every coin enthusiast should know. The year 1959 marked a historic turning point for the Lincoln Cent series. Since 1909, Lincoln Cents had featured the famous wheat ears design on the reverse. To celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the United States Mint introduced the new Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959 while keeping Victor David Brenner's portrait of Lincoln on the front. Philadelphia struck more than 609 million cents that year, and these coins carry no mint mark. Although millions were produced, the first-year memorial design makes the 1959 issue historically important for collectors. Coin's value +1. The obverse of the coin displays Abraham Lincoln facing right, along with the words "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1959. Because there is no mint mark below the date, the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, with the tiny statue of Lincoln visible between the columns under magnification. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighs about 3.11 grams, and has a smooth edge. These specifications remain standard for Lincoln Cents until the composition changed decades later. When discussing a coin in very bad condition, it is important to understand how condition affects value. A heavily circulated 1959 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial Cent usually has worn lettering, flattened details, scratches, discoloration, and little original mint luster remaining. Such coins are extremely common because they circulated for many years. As a result, an ordinary worn example is generally worth only its face value or a few cents, despite its age. However, rarity is not always determined by condition alone. Some 1959 Lincoln Cents became valuable because they were struck with unusual mint errors. Collectors actively search for doubled dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, wrong planchet errors, and other genuine mint mistakes. These error coins are far scarcer than normal circulation strikes and can command impressive auction prices even when they show somewhere. That is why experienced collectors carefully inspect every 1959 penny before spending or selling it. Current market values depend entirely on the individual coin. A normal 1959 Philadelphia Lincoln Memorial Cent in very bad circulated condition is usually worth only 1 to several cents. Better preserved circulated examples may sell for slightly more, while attractive uncirculated red specimens can bring tens or even hundreds of dollars. Certified top-grade examples have sold for thousands because of their exceptional preservation. Genuine mint error coins can range from several $100s to many thousands, with some extraordinary pieces reaching well over $40,000 at major auctions. The 1959 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin remains one of the most historically significant modern American pennies because it introduced an entirely new reverse design that lasted for nearly 50 years. Although a no-mint mark coin in very bad condition is usually common and inexpensive, rare errors and exceptional examples continue to attract serious collectors and produce remarkable auction results. Every old penny deserves a careful inspection because sometimes the smallest coin can hide the biggest surprise. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating Lincoln Memorial Cent, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and continue exploring the exciting world of rare United States coins. Next up, the 1978 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin without a mint mark is one of the most familiar coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Because it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, it carries no mint mark below the date. Billions of these pennies entered circulation, making them a common sight in pocket change for decades. However, while most circulated examples are worth only their face value, certain exceptional pieces, rare die varieties, and unusual mint errors have attracted serious collector attention and brought surprisingly strong prices at auction. In today's video, we'll explore the history of this coin, its unique features, why collectors still search for it, and how a seemingly ordinary penny could become a valuable collectible. The Lincoln Memorial Cent was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse design replaced the famous wheat ears with the Lincoln Memorial, while Victor David Brenner's portrait of Lincoln remained on the obverse. By 1978, the Lincoln Memorial design had already become one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The Philadelphia Mint struck more than 5.5 billion Lincoln cents in 1978, making the no-mint mark variety extremely common in circulation. Despite this enormous production, collectors continue searching these coins because outstanding preserved examples and certain minting varieties are much harder to find than ordinary circulated pieces. The 1978 Philadelphia Lincoln cent is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc and weighs approximately 3.11 grams. On the front, Abraham Lincoln faces right with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" across the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1978 on the right. Since it was produced in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark beneath the date. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial with the denomination 1 cent and the words United States of America above it, while E pluribus unum appears across the top. In circulated condition, the highest points of Lincoln's portrait and the memorial columns show noticeable wear, but the major design elements remain clear and attractive. Although the 1978 no-mint mark penny is not considered rare by itself, collectors carefully examine every example for unusual characteristics. Coins with strong original details, attractive surfaces, off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, or other genuine mint errors can command premiums far above ordinary circulated coins. Even without dramatic errors, certified high-grade red examples that escaped circulation have become condition rarities because so few survived in nearly flawless condition. This demonstrates that rarity often comes from exceptional preservation rather than low mintage alone. For most collectors, a circulated 1978 Lincoln cent without a mint mark has very little monetary value and is generally worth only 1 cent or a few cents because of its copper content. However, authenticated mint error coins may sell for tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the type and quality of the error. Exceptional uncirculated examples certified in the highest mint state grades have realized hundreds or even several $1,000s at major auctions because of their extreme condition rarity, despite the enormous original mintage. These record prices apply only to elite certified specimens or significant error coins, not to ordinary circulated examples. If you own a 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, examine it carefully under good lighting with a magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the lettering, unusual striking errors, missing design elements, off-center strikes, or other mint-made abnormalities. Avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning almost always reduces collector value. If you believe your coin has an important error or appears to be in exceptional condition, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional grading service before offering it for sale. Many valuable discoveries have been made simply by checking ordinary pocket change with patience and attention to detail. In conclusion, the 1978 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent coin without a mint mark in circulated condition is usually a common coin with only modest value. Nevertheless, it remains an exciting coin for collectors because rare mint errors and extraordinary high-grade survivors have demonstrated that even a seemingly ordinary penny can achieve impressive auction prices. Every coin tells a story, and careful examination could reveal a hidden treasure. Before spending your next 1978 Lincoln cent, take a closer look. You never know when an overlooked detail could turn a simple penny into a valuable collectible worth far more than 1 cent. If you enjoyed this video and loved discovering valuable US coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest rare coin discoveries. Leave a comment below and tell us if you've ever found an interesting Lincoln penny in your pocket change. Share this video with your friends and fellow coin collectors, and keep checking your coins. You never know when the next hidden treasure could be in your hands. See you in the next video.